So welcome back to my channel on this New Year's Eve. Just another day, just this now. So maybe you're sitting here and thinking about a lot of things as you feel like this year is coming to an end, right? You think you're the thinker, and that's the root of your suffering, of all our suffering. Because once you identify as the thinker, you're stuck in this loop. You think you need to fix yourself. You think you need to upgrade your mindset. You think you need to affirm more, visualize harder, stay in the perfect state, maintain your true nature, micromanage your energy, time, everything better. And all that thinking keeps the illusion alive, that attachment to that thinking. So let's just explore this illusion, right? So here's the setup. Let's say you're sitting in the room and a thought pops up that says, I need to manifest faster, or I need to figure out how to manifest faster. And immediately there's a sense that you had that thought, that it originated from you, that it belongs to you, right? But let's check that. Did you plan to think that thought? No. And try it right now. Try to plan your next thought. You can't. Thought arises. It appears. It flows in. It surfaces. Just like a sound, just like a breeze, like a scent from the kitchen. Thought is heard, right? It's not authored. It appears in awareness, in I am, just like everything else. And the moment you claim ownership over thought, that's when there's this sense of identity. And with that identity comes the story of the fixer, the powerful manifester, the struggler, the overachiever, the one who still hasn't healed enough, the one who doesn't feel good enough. But who is that character? Who is this I who has to do all of this? Just pause right now. Ask yourself this guided pause question. Before thought claims ownership, what is here in this very instant? Just being, just this, just awareness, nameless, effortless, spontaneous. Can't even define it. You don't have to be awareness. You are it before the thought about yourself, before the story of the seeker or the fixer. Where things get kind of sticky is you're not just believing a thought. Now we are believing the structure of thought. You don't see that thought itself divides the field into a self here and a world out there. It divides into me versus you, me versus them, here versus there, now versus someday, have versus don't have. And once this division is accepted, right, meaning agreed with, you are hooked. Because from that split, thought creates a mission. And that mission says, I need to improve myself. I need to become magnetic, the best. I need to convince myself that I have no resistance. I need to attract what's over there to come over here, and that I am the very best. It all begins when you believe there is a you in here that needs to get something from out there. But all of this is a byproduct of identifying with thought. So I want you to ask yourself this guided pause question without referring to thought. What or where is the boundary between you and what you want? Can you actually find it? Can you find the place where you end and the desire begins? Can you find the wall? You just can't, because there isn't one. There isn't. It's believing in this thought that creates the illusion of distance. It's thought that created the illusion of a timeline. Thought doesn't just create a self and a world, it creates a timeline. Actually, the illusion of a timeline that says, I used to be so broken. I am so healed now. I am healing now. Now I have everything I want, or someday I'll have my desire. But what are all these? Or where are all these? In thought. The past is a thought. The future is a thought. Even the idea of just the present is often just a thought about what's happening now. What happens when you drop even the thought about what's happening in the present? You experience timelessness not as a concept, but as direct being. And you can check out even in my timeless course, more experientially, linked below. That this is where manifestation happens, right here, when there is no you to receive, when there is only receiving, when you're recognizing that there is only receiving, only arising. Once you feel like you're the thinker, everything else gets categorized. Oh, there's big desires. Wow, such a big manifestation. Small desires. That's just normal. Desperate desires, guilty desires. It's the thinker who creates the scale. And it's the thinker who now has to work through resistance, identity upgrades, and tools to level up. But what happens when you see that there was never a thinker from your own first-hand direct experience? What happens when you see through the character? We're not asking you to drop the character. What happens when you realize that desires just arise? You didn't plan it, you didn't script it, you didn't choose it. It floated up like a wave. And if you let it float unopposed, it unfolds in your life in ways that your mind can't yet fathom. So I want you to tell you what happened in India last week, right? Simple story. I had a random thought about a school friend I hadn't seen in 15 years. Didn't dwell on it, didn't affirm it, didn't script a meeting. Just like, how cool it would be to know what he's doing, where he is. And 2 days later, I'm at a pickleball semifinals league with my sister. And there he is, the same guy, at an event he would not normally attend. Apparently, he's a homebody. He doesn't usually step out. He's just with his wife and he's with his kid. He's not even social, but there he was, just there. And I spoke to him for 2 hours, and his cousins and his friends were like, "You spoke to him for 2 hours? What did you talk about?" But what happened? Just a thought arose, passed on, and showed up in my life because I was in a state of connection. Same thing before that. I was trying to remember a name of an old movie when I was with a group of friends. I didn't say anything. And a few seconds later, someone blurts it out, unprompted. This is the rhythm of manifestation, of timeless manifestation, where you can see clearly that you're not the thinker, you're not the script writer, you're not the visualizer. And I deliberately gave these so-called seemingly small examples because I want you to see that you are life and life flows through you effortlessly. And there's no sense of gradation or scale when you can see who you truly are. And you've been trying to improve something previously, your identity that isn't even real, right? There is no separate self. There is no separate thinker to improve, upgrade, or focus on. There is no me that needs to become more magnetic, uh, more better than the previous version, more healed, more worthy. That me is a collection of thoughts, sensations, memories, and meanings stitched together by more thoughts. It's an avatar of thought. And the moment you believe it, you begin living from the lack that it's built on. You live from the premise that I'm not yet whole, I'm not there yet, and I definitely need to earn it, and I need to be validated. But you're already the whole, you're already the source, the I am awareness, the nameless. You're not just the drop in the ocean. And no thought is needed to become what you already are. And if you want a real practice or play, don't try to stop your thoughts. Don't try to change them, shift them, ignore them, affirm over them. See if you can stop identifying with it by seeing through it clearly. Maybe you let it pass like clouds. Maybe you use guided pauses. Let it swirl like background music. And then you rest. Rest as the one who clearly sees. Rest as awareness, as I am, which is the background, the foreground of all experience, the untouched. And then you notice how your desires arise, how coincidences seem to happen, which is nothing but manifestation, how the timing seems to align because you got out of the way. You stop pretending to be the thinker and just noticed that you are the field like you've always been through which thought flows. Because you recognize that you are life. So right now, again, set the story aside. Notice what happens when you drop the need to be someone. Set the question of how aside just for a few moments. Let yourself be lived without relying on the separate self or the thinker. See that you are this unfolding, this arising, only this. The words don't matter, just this nameless experience does. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to live from this place, check out my new experience linked in the description below. It's called Timeless. It's not a course, it's not a technique. It's, once again, an unfolding, a recognition. It's a place to rest where there is no time between you and your desire, where the hierarchy of manifestation collapses, where you can see that time has never existed from your first-hand experience, that nobody can disprove you, by the way, where resistance vanishes because there's no one left to resist, no time left to resist. So there's just life as you right now. And I'll see you in the comments. And the course is linked in the comments or description below. I'll see you there.